Hello, fellow stackers. Cactus Jack here. I am so far behind. I apologize to anybody who has sent me their sticker and to Silver Gopher for not getting back to him on doing a video on the GAW win. I won the GAW and he sent me some great stuff, and so I apologize. But we have to get through this fish roast. I can't sleep until I get this done. Part 3. Here we go. It's going to be a long one, so sit back. I apologize. All right. We last saw Fish licking his man pride wounds and cuddling with his two new buddies, Senor Pocho and his little brother Speedy. They traded stories all night. Fish told them about his adventures jumping out of planes, and they told him about their harsh life on the dangerous streets of Tijuana. As Fish and his buddies drifted off to sleep, Fish was feeling optimistic about his future, despite his narrow escape. Fish had no idea that he would soon have reason to be afraid again. Back in Tijuana, there was chaos still ongoing for the owner of Casa de la Longdong to deal with. The federales were demanding bribes in exchange for their silence. The star of the show had run off into the night with the gringo bride on his back. Senorita de la Tight Grip had also run away in despair, the poor thing. The macho male contestants were threatening to sue. They were furious. In order to avoid jail, the owner, Senor Castanet Sleazeball, was going to have to distribute all his gold and silver to them and to the angry men. Without his star attraction and bullion, Senor Sleaze was doomed. Filing charges of GTD, Grand Theft Donkey, against El Gupo would do no good. Senor Sleaze locked himself inside his office and cried himself to sleep. Oh, my listeners, the story takes yet another twist at this point. In the audience that night were 3 gender studies professors from Berkeley College. Oh, gag. They were conducting a field study of men's macho amateur donkey night for a paper to be published in Woke's No Joke magazine. Well, they got more than they could have hoped for, you can imagine. After witnessing the lust and adoration that Long Dong had shown for Fish, they knew they had discovered a new gender gene, which they would later call El Gupo Lust. Their only problem would be in finding Senorita de la Tight Grip so they could document the donkey's childhood. The woman must be found along with the donkey, and fast. For days the professors scoured the streets of Tijuana, but not a trace of them could be found. Finally, they knew what had to be done. They called the producers of the TV show called The View, knowing that nothing was beneath them. Nothing was too stupid to get on that show. Within an hour, they were scheduled to be interviewed. During the interview, there was much giggling and male bashing. What else is new? Poor El Gupo was torn to pieces by the women. Finally, a picture of Senorita Tightfist and the donkey were shown. The cast and professors pleaded with the audience to call their hotline with any information. Poor Fish, never missing an episode of his favorite TV show, stared at the screen in disbelief, soy milk dribbling down his chin. Senor Pocho and Sir Speedy stopped chewing on gold pesos and also stared at the screen. Fortunately, the professors had no interest in fish. They literally had bigger fish to fry. It was Whoopi Goldberg who took the call on the 800 hotline. Someone thought they had spotted Senorita Tight Grip cleaning the restrooms at the Trailways bus stop in Guadalajara. A corporate jet carrying the View's interrogators and the 3 professors landed in Mexico, and a limo whisked them to the Trailways terminal. Coming out of the men's room with a mop and a bucket was Tight Grip, her eyes filled with terror as the women charged her, firing questions and trying to get her to sign a book deal contract and agreements for exclusive interviews on The View. There was a shriek, followed by Joy the Bitch Behar running around with a bucket on her head, dirty men's room water soaking through her expensive clothes. Onlookers couldn't tell where Whoopi's hair ended and the soaking mop started. I'm a biological woman, one of only 2 existing genders, screamed Tight Grip as she slapped all 3 gender study professors across the faces, like in the old Three Stooges skits that I loved. Tight Grip took advantage of the confusion and jumped behind the wheel of a bus that was running. She was last seen heading for Central America. Defeated and distraught, the VIEW members and professors flew back to California, where they continue to this day to provide their vital contribution to our society. Fish and his buddies started the wonderfully successful Inefficient Stacker channel that we all love. And the donkey? Well, he escaped the desert guide. He now hires himself out at DNC events, where his talents come in handy at those infamous private parties. Oh my! Thanks for joining me on this fishtail. Please keep on stacking. And remember, if you like this video, oh, mother of God, you're sick.